Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? This is Dr. Giselle, and today we are talking about estrogen dominance. And the question is, could you be suffering, like I did for most of my 30s, could you be suffering from estrogen dominance, which is one of those hormones that can make you feel amazing on one side, but also if it is out of balance, you will feel horrible. And in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about some signs that you could be suffering from estrogen dominance. Yes, so hi everyone. I am Dr. Giselle. I am a GP lifestyle specialist and yoga coach here in Amsterdam. You see, we are full on in December. It's cold outside. And yes, so I'm having my sweater on to keep me a little bit warm. So, my passion is helping high achieving, busy career business women who are on the brink of burned out. I help them get back their energy, lose weight, and balance their hormones so that they can show up for their business and private life. So, yes, that's my passion. And today we are going to talk about estrogen dominance. That is one of those hormones that, like I said, can make you feel amazing, but can also make you feel horrible. So could you be suffering from an estrogen imbalance in your body? But before we come to that, I have an announcement to make. And I don't want to talk about the part that I talked to you about the hormone, the estrogen dominance, and keep thinking about, okay, don't forget to make the announcement. Don't forget to make the announcement. So I'm just going to share the announcement with you so we can get it out of the way. And then we can focus on what this video is about. Is that cool? Yes. So the announcement is that starting January 2023, so starting this new quarter, there is again 10 spots for 10 women for a 90-day hormonal balance private mentorship. Yes, so it's a 90-day hormonal balance mentorship for only 10 women, and it closes on January 27th. Why do I close it at January 27th? Because that gives me the rest of the quarter to really focus on these 10 women. Like most of you guys know, I like to focus on small groups of women that so that I am not distracted with all kinds of stuff. And when I get to focus, I get to slow down. And when I slow down, I am much more fun. I experience much more satisfaction out of working with these women. So I don't want to overtask myself. I am still a GP. I still work at the university. I don't want to overtask myself and bring that energy to the women that need me the most, right? So I am just gonna do a small group of women who really, really need it. So if you are on the brink of burned out and you are a high achieving career woman or you are a high achieving business woman and you are being successful on the other side of it all. So in your business, you are successful, but your health and your body is betraying you and you are not understanding what is happening to your body, then this private mentorship could be an answer. So if you're on the brink of burnout and you want to go through a transformation that gives you energy, allows you to lose weight, that you can feel sexy again, and your hormones can be balanced so that you can show up again in a different way in your relationships privately, or in your relationship within your business. If you want to go through that transformation in 90 days, yes, so just holla. How do you do that? First of all, how are we going to do that? What we're going to do in those 90 days is I am going to do a customized lifestyle change. And how I'm going to do it is by testing your microbiome, testing your hormone levels, and testing your DNA, so that I'm not going to come up with a one size fits all advice. It's going to be customized to you, to your cellular level. A lot of people are doing spiritual readings. I do a cellular reading. So I'm going to go all the way deep into your DNA, deep into your cellular level, even into all of those bugs living in your gut, to figure out what is the best way for you to be living, so that your hormones can be balanced, so that you can have more energy, so that you can feel sexy again about yourself, so that you can be attractive in your business, in your relationship, and you can just wake up full of energy so that you can fulfill that which you came here on earth to do, right? So how do we go about doing that? If you go into my link tree, you will find one of the links is to plan a hormone e-consult, and that is the start of our journey. So plan one of those hormone e-consults. Again, it is really a small slot, so only 10 women after January 27th, which is my birthday. I will close it back until the next quarter, right? So in April, we will do it again. So go into my link tree, click on Hormone e-Consult, and that is the start of our journey together for the next 90 days. I can take you from the brink of being burnout to feeling amazing. And this is the journey that I have gone through, and I can mentor you and customize it so it can work. It can finally work. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So yes, that was the announcement out of the way. Let's go into the theme of this video. And this video is about estrogen dominance. You see, one of the best investments that I have made was investing in myself. We can invest in a lot of things. We can invest in our hair, in our dresses, in our makeup. We can invest in many things. But one of the best investments that I made was investing in knowing and understanding my body. You see, for most of my 20s, I was just unaware. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing whatever I felt like doing, whatever I was taught by my parents, what I saw the people doing. So for most of my 20s, I lived an unaware life. I was an unaware Lisa. If you want to know about the unaware Lisa and the overworked Michelle and the unaligned Celine, you can also go into my link tree, and there's an ebook where I explain a little bit more about that. Those are just identities that I see in myself, I saw in myself, and I see in a lot of women that I deal with. So I was just unaware of what was going on within my body. And in my 30s, I had my own private clinic. I had 4 kids, a marriage, the mortgage, the car payments, the twice a year going on vacation, and life had to be perfect. I was an overworked Michelle, and I was on a fast train towards a burnout, and I actually crashed into the burnout, right? And that was the start of a wake-up. That was a wake-up call. My burnout was a wake-up call. I couldn't understand how me being a doctor had hit a rock bottom so deep, right? So that was the start of my journey to figure out, okay, what is going on? And I started to invest in knowledge, invest in knowing my body, and also invest in time to tweak the different processes of my body to figure out, okay, what works for me. Because what I figured, a lot of the things that I was doing worked for a lot of other women, but it didn't work for me. And I didn't appreciate how special I was. I didn't appreciate that whatever works for somebody else, maybe somebody else does it great on keto. Maybe that's not the solution for me. Maybe somebody else does great on vegan, but that's not the solution for me. And what was the best solution for me? I had to take some time to understand that, to research that, and to figure that out. Because one of the things that I was suffering for most of my 20s and my 30s was having estrogen dominance. And I'm gonna share with you what it is. Estrogen is a female hormone. It's one of those, we call it a female hormones, but men produce estrogen too, right? So I don't know why we call it female hormone. I think we call it a female hormone because the amount within a female body is much more than with men, right? So estrogen is one of those female hormones that is produced in three main places. Your ovaries, which are your reproductive organs. Let me grab a sip. Your ovaries, which are your reproductive organs. Your adrenal gland is a much less, but your adrenal gland does produce a little bit of estrogen. And a third place that produces estrogen are your fatty tissues. Yes, your fat is not just something just sitting there. Your fat, your total fat over your whole body is a organ in itself. Yes, your fatty tissues is an organ that wants to remain there, and which makes it very hard to get rid of it. But your fatty tissues produces estrogen. Okay, so estrogen dominance, what do I mean with estrogen dominance? Estrogen dominance is when your estrogen level is way too high compared to the other hormones, right? When you look at your female body, understand that it's all about balance. Your female body is once balanced. It functions the best when it is in balance. And so also your hormones. And your estrogen dominance means, in comparison to other hormones, such as progesterone and testosterone, estrogen level is way too high. And we are going to talk about the other hormones in another video, okay? Today I just want to focus on the estrogen, or else the video is going to be too long. So so in comparison to other hormones such as progesterone and testosterone, your estrogen level is way too high. So what are some processes that can get your estrogen level to be too high? So what are some processes that can cause your estrogen level to be too high? Too much estrogen is being produced. Like I said, estrogen is produced by your ovaries, it is produced by your adrenal gland, but it's also produced by your fatty tissues. And if you have too much fatty tissues, if you are overweight and you have too much excess fat, and you can also be underweight or normal weight, but having too much fat tissues in comparison to your muscle tissues, that can also cause estrogen dominance. So it's not only being overweight, but it's also about having too much fatty tissues. So if you have too much fat tissues, it can cause, the fat tissues can produce estrogen. Um, Maybe you have seen also even with men that have too much, that are overweight and have too much fatty tissues, they can start having some female um, characteristics, right? So they can have even some breasts can start forming in men. They can have their body, which for men is most of the time in the form of a triangle, right? They can become an hourglass, so they can start having some hips. The glutes can start becoming a little bit more formed, all because even in men, the excess fat can produce too much estrogen. And estrogen gives us that female sexy body that we all want, as women at least, right? So, but too much estrogen can cause problems. So let's go, before we go to the problems of too much estrogen, let's continue the processes that can cause estrogen dominance. The first one was too much production, because we are overweight and we are having too much estrogen being produced by our fatty tissues. Or we are normal weight but have too much fat. Our percentage of fat is too much and we produce too much estrogen. Another reason that we have too much estrogen is through consumption. And one of the ways that we can consume too much estrogen without us knowing is by consuming too much processed meat. And with processed meat, I don't only mean the meat that is being processed, but also meat that is not organic, which means that the meat, the cattle or the poultry has been fed hormones to become bigger, and that can, all of that, or those hormones get into the meat that we consume. So without us knowing, we are consuming estrogen, too much estrogen, and that estrogen from that chicken or that beef comes into our bodies and can start mimicking our own estrogen levels, which will cause our body to react to a body that has too much estrogen, which will cause our body to act as a body that has too much estrogen, but we are just consuming it. It's coming from the chicken or the beef that we are eating. So consuming non-organic meat, too much non-organic meat, which is meat that comes from cattle and poultry that has been fed hormones, that also can get our estrogen levels all the way out of balance, okay? A third way that our estrogen levels can be out of balance is that it's not broken down properly. Estrogen is, our body is in balance, I'm telling you. When you look at the human body, but especially the female body, which I am passionate about, it's all about balance. It goes, something has to go up and it has to go down, right? So estrogen has to be produced, but it also has to be broken down. And one of our main organs that breaks our estrogen down is our liver. But our liver can be too busy detoxing our bodies from other stuff, and it will not prioritize breaking down the estrogen, which will leave our estrogen too high in our body. What can keep our liver busy, distracted, is things like alcohol. That daily wine that you can be drinking can keep your liver so busy trying to detox your body from that wine, from that alcohol, and that can cause your estrogen level to be too high. Research have shown that um, a, a glass of wine can increase your estrogen level the next day. So yeah, so alcohol is one of those things that can really mess up your hormones, and estrogen is one of those. Over-the-counter medications. So if you're one of those people that goes into the drugstore with a basket and just grabs every pill to help yourself go through the day, whether it is painkillers or anything else to help yourself, um, that can also keep your liver busy, because every pill that you take, every unnecessary pill that you take has to be broken down by your liver. And your liver most important task is to detoxify our bodies. If it is detoxifying our bodies, it's not busy bringing our bodies into balance by tearing down estrogen. So all of those over-the-counter medicines that you are taking keeps your liver too busy. And can you imagine if you're doing all of those over-the-counter medicines and you're drinking regular alcohol, how busy your liver will be? And the third part of your body, the third part that keeps your liver busy is consuming too much sugar. So the consumption of too much sugar also keeps your liver busy. It will cause your liver not to be able to break down the estrogen, the excess estrogen level. So can you imagine taking all of those paracetamols and or ibuprofens because you're suffering from headaches or anything else, or stomach ache, or just for your joints, and you're drinking daily 2 glasses of wine at the end of the day to wind down or for a nightcap, and you're eating cookies and cakes throughout the day, how your estrogen level can be totally out of balance when you're having that lifestyle. So 3 easy ways to help balance your estrogen, I just said it, is to cut back the alcohol, have alcohol-free days during your week, or try going for a month without drinking alcohol. Try not using unnecessary over-the-counter medicines, and limit your sugar intake. Those 3 lifestyle changes can immensely influence your estrogen level. And how do I know that? Because I've been through this. For most of my 20s, I was an honorary Lisa, and I was doing whatever. I wasn't much of a drinker. I never was much of a drinker, but I would eat whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, right? And so sugar was not of no problem. And I was in this vicious cycle of having migraines and headaches and taking paracetamol and acetaminophen and ibuprofen, and my estrogen levels being out of balance, and my PMS getting worse, and it was just a negative cycle. So I just mentioned a few signs that you could be suffering from estrogen dominance. One of the signs is that you're having a hard time before you get your periods. We call it PMS. So you get that bloating, that stomach ache, constipation, or diarrhea. You're having mood swings, lack of focus, all of those symptoms that comes with um, uh, all of those symptoms that comes with having a PMS. This is a week to 10 days before your next period that you know you don't want to plan anything, because those 10 days are not fun at all. If you're suffering from that, it could be because you're having estrogen dominance. If you are suffering from migraines, especially within those 10 days before you get your period, it can be because you are having estrogen dominance. If you are experiencing very heavy bleedings, it can also be because you are suffering from estrogen dominance. If you are having a lot of weight gain, breasts around your breasts and in your hips and thighs, that can also be because of estrogen dominance. So yeah, so if you want to do something in your lifestyle to balance your estrogen, I suggest you do those three things that that I shared with you before. So limit your alcohol intake, bring back your sugar intake to 0, and limit unnecessary over-the-counter medicine. It might become hard in the beginning, but I always tell my patients it takes 90 days to build a new lifestyle. Just take it easy, go easy on yourself, and within 90 days you might see a total different body. Okay, so that was it about having a estrogen dominance. I hope that you continue to invest in understanding and knowing your body and knowing what works for you. And yeah, remember the announcement that we have like 6 weeks. Yeah, from now 5 weeks, you have to apply for the private 90-day hormonal balance. It will run till the end of January. After that, it will close until April. So for until January, 10 ladies can apply, and I will take 90 days to work personal with you one-on-one to get those hormones in balance, to help you lose weight, get more energy, take care of all of these stuff like estrogen dominance and insulin resistance and all of those hormonal issues that you are having. So if you want to do that, if you want to start a year right, just plan a hormone e-consult, and that will be the start of our journey together. So I want to thank you for watching this video. You can like it. That will be an encouragement to me. You can subscribe. And when you subscribe, you will get a notification every time I load up one of these videos. And my videos are all about helping you get to your best self in your body, okay? My videos are about helping achieving busy career women, busy entrepreneurs who are on the brink of a burnout, help them get back their energy, lose weight, and balance their hormones, okay? So if you subscribe to this video, every time I load up one of these videos, if you subscribe to my channel, every time I load up one of these videos, you will get a notification. And I want you to think about a person who might be on the brink of a a burnout, a woman, a lady who is going through life, who knows her purpose, who knows what she came here to do on earth, but her body, her physical and mental body is betraying her. If you know these women, if you know, if it is your friend, your sister, your mother, your daughter, share this video with them. You just might transform that life. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go. It's been half an hour. That's my limit to making a video for you guys, and hope to see you guys on the next one. Okay, so bye.